Hey guys, what's up? It's Chase from thetechunion.com here with another tutorial video. So this is actually a remake of a video I already did, but I thought it was way too long for what it was, and so I'm here shortening it. So let's go ahead and get right into it to make this as quick as possible. This is tutorial for a muzzle flash. It's going to be a quick tutorial hopefully, and so let's go and drag our footage in. So this is actually shot a very long time ago, but it's just me coming in and shooting an airsoft gun. Okay, so I'm just gonna trim it here. Throw it back, trim comp to work area. Alright, so I only have two elements to create this gunshot with, one of which I got off of Google, so it's completely free. It's the muzzle flash, and then the other which was actually made in VFX, which is a program that simulates smoke and fire inside of 3ds Max. Now this particular asset I didn't create. There's a guy on YouTube who does shorts and stuff. His name, I think his channel name is So Crispy Media, but he put out a free asset that he made using VFX. So I grabbed that, and I'm just gonna use that for this video. So you can get it for free too off of his site. This is not sponsored by him or anyway. I'm just that's where I got it, and so you guys can get it there too. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So basically, you're gonna pull in your muzzle flash asset over your footage. Go ahead and set it to add. All right. So we're going to find the point at which the gun is fired. So I'm going to go to where I start kicking, so I'll go right there. Alright. So I'm going to face it down the direction of the gun. One of the biggest issues I think people have with muzzle flashes is they make them way too big. Like this. That's ridiculous. It should not be that big. It's too over the top. And also another thing I think people have issues with is blending their muzzle flash properly. A lot of people will stick that in like that and then say it's done, but it's just awful. Why would you do that? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna trim it up. I'm gonna make it 2 frames long. Normally people would think, oh, it needs to be 1 frame. And it can be, but I like to have a little fade out. Just like that. Alright, so now, using the same element, I am not going to use glow to create the glow. I'm actually just going to duplicate it, and I like to use Gaussian blur. Okay, it's just my preference. So the first one I have to create is a bigger Gaussian blur like so. Alright, and then I'm going to duplicate the same one, but this time the Gaussian blur is going to be a bit smaller like that, and I'm going to lower the opacity of the overall thing a little bit just to blend it in nicely there. And then on the first muzzle flash, I'm going to go back and go ahead and add another Gaussian blur. Give it a blurriness of about 0.5, 0.8. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. So that kind of gives it a little more blending. Okay, so the muzzle flash is basically done. Okay. So now we're going to add in the smoke. Now, this particular smoke doesn't look fantastic with this gunshot because this gun would, if it was real, would probably not put off this much smoke, but just for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to put it in here. Okay, I'm going to trim it up to about there. I'm going to rotate it. Okay. Just kind of putting it in. So the smoke tends to okay, so it kind of goes off in this direction, which is not what I want. I really want it to go down here. So I'm going to rotate a little bit like that. I'm going to send, yeah, that looks a little better. So I'm going to send it off down there. And then I need to just start right here. Okay. Also, it's a little slow for my taste. So I'm going to go to time stretch. Put in a stretch factor of 50. Speed it up a little bit. There it is. And then I'm going to the opacity about a third of its original. And that's looking better. Okay. So that's the basic effect. Now, what you can do, I'm going to make this a little more intense here, duplicating it and then making the Gaussian blur bigger. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so what you can do from here to add a little more realism, we can go ahead and add some lighting. So if I had to create a new adjustment layer, I'm going to set it to, sorry, I don't want to do that. I don't know what I'm doing. You're going to duplicate the clip. There we go. Put it on top. And, no, I'm sorry, down here. And set it to add maybe screen. Yeah, we'll go screen. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create some lighting effects. So we're going to grab ellipse tool and not the ellipse tool. We're just going to go with actually just regular mask. Okay, I'm going to kind of mask, let's see, my bad, make sure your footage is selected. So I'm going to mask around here, kind of come back with the gun, and then around here, like that. So now this will give a good lighting effect to the scene. Alright, there it is. And this can be also keyframed to appear here and fade out. So, and this needs to be 0. Alright, so boom. Just like that. It's a little extreme. I'm going to lower it to about 80. 75. I think that'll be good. Alright, so that adds a little realistic lighting. Now, I'm not going to do it here. I guess I'll do a little bit. I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. But what you can do is you can go in and you can add more masks and create more realistic lighting. So let's say I think there would be a little bit lighting on my hand here. I could go in here and add another little mask in. There actually probably wouldn't be so much light back here, but that's okay. Alright, so like that. And then I could feather that out, and you see it adds a little more lighting there. So we get the point of what I'm trying to do here. Just kind of create some lighting effects. Alright. So anyway, that's basically the whole tutorial. So if we played at speed now, it looks like slow motion. Boom. There it is. And keep in mind, like I said, that the smoke, it won't really, it wouldn't probably really be there. Oh, and one other thing on the smoke, I forgot. Let's see, gunshot smoke. So, I would fade it out from here to here. So let's look at it now in real time. There it is. Just like that. Got a pretty realistic looking gunshot. The lighting is maybe a little too intense. You could go in and lower the opacity on that and fix that. But overall, that's how you do a pretty realistic looking muzzle flash. So just remember that for each gun it'll be different. The muzzle flash probably look a little different. And if you're doing an automatic rifle with multiple muzzle flashes, definitely try and use a different muzzle flash every time, or switch it up. Don't use the same one every time, because your audience will notice it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and I hope you learned something today. I hope you learned how to create a muzzle flash, because that's what this was about. And I hope you check out the next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.